Honestly, folks, what are they drinking? A story appeared in News 24 today from Naila Ibrahim titled, Ramaphosa Can Still Save AGOA, Say South Africa's Automakers. Honestly, what are you people drinking? Who are you trying to delude? Why are you whistling past the cemetery? You really think that AGOA is staying? In order for AGOA to remain, there must be a bill introduced into Congress to renew the law that expires on 30 September. Are you aware of a resolution, a bill introduced into the House of Representatives or the Senate? I'm not. There's nothing on the calendar indicating that. If there is, then I'll retract my statement. But even if it is in there, there is very little stomach to pass this in the House and the Senate and then send it on to the President for signature. The African Growth and Opportunity Act is dead letter after 25 years. It's gone. Wake up to that reality. But according to this report by Ms. Ibrahim, the automotive lobby group NAAMSA says the U.S. remains an attractive market for vehicle exports. It is until you're hit with a 31% tariff in about 6 weeks because South Africa's government has done nothing whatsoever to resolve the trade dispute between South Africa and the United States. Unlike the 78 other countries that sent representatives, South Africa's been sitting on its ample bum for 6 weeks, sending nobody over there. South Africa's automotive representative body says it has engaged South Africa's special envoy to the U.S. Well, goody gumdrops. He's not in the U.S. He's cooling his heels in Cape Town because of the incompetence of the South African government. The council disagrees with those saying that there's no chance of South Africa staying in AGOA. Well, you're welcome to disagree with me, but prove me wrong come 1 October. They say retaining preferential access to the world's biggest economy is important. I 100% agree. The automotive lobby group NAAMSA says it's still hopeful the African Growth and Opportunity Act will be renewed later this year, despite arguments from some quarters that there's little chance of this. Well, this is one of the quarters, and I've been telling you this for some time. They added that they had briefed South Africa's special envoy to the U.S. ahead of President Ramaphosa's trip to the country on Wednesday this week. Speaking to journalists at the launch of the Council's 2025 Trade Manual, NAAMSA CEO Michael Mabasa said the U.S. was still an important and attractive market for automotive exports. The Council represents 42 automotive companies in South Africa. Now, they say they've engaged with Special Envoy to the U.S., Nkabisi Jonas, who had requested input from the industry. Well, that's good work on the part of Jonas, but since he's not in America, it doesn't mean jack squat. The clock is ticking. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. The clock is ticking. On top of all this, as Ramaphosa gets set to meet with President Trump, he has described 59 South African refugees as cowardly, including small children. What a shameful thing for a rich, privileged person to say about small children. The South African government's denied that there was racial persecution happening in the country. Really? 140 plus laws. How do you refute that? As far as calling these people cowards, were the ANC members who fled apartheid cowards? Hiding at Oxford, Harvard, in Berlin, Moscow, Beijing, Havana? Were they cowards? What a stupid own goal. As if Ramaphosa has any idea what those 59 people have gone through. It's disgusting. It's vile. It's repulsive. And it's a betrayal of South African citizens. Cyril has proven once again that he is president for certain South Africans, not for all 63 million South Africans. And the automotive lobbying group here, NAAMSA, is deluding itself. Do they actually think that they're going to be able to keep AGOA? AGOA is dead. It's buried and gone. And even if it's not, South Africa is ineligible for it. It's really becoming quite frustrating to deal with this cognitive dissonance and stupidity of business leaders and politicians in South Africa. You are not eligible for AGOA because the president signed the Expropriation Without Compensation Act into law, therefore giving zero compensation to people for taking land in the public interest. That is a violation, an abrogation of property rights. That is a violation of the terms of the African Growth and Opportunity Act. It doesn't matter if AGOA is renewed. You will not be participating in it because you do not adhere to the terms and conditions of AGOA. Therefore, you have made yourself ineligible. Simple as that. I don't understand why it's so hard for these officials to understand. They are thick in the head. They think that they can schmooze people in government and get what they want. It's not that simple. AGOA is a law, not a policy. It's a law. And you're not eligible, South Africa, by your own actions. You don't deserve to be in AGOA. But that isn't even germane because AGOA is gone. It's over. America has been generous for 25 years, giving countries across Africa, 38 to 42 countries at different times, access to our markets duty-free, only to be rubbished by racist, communist, and socialists across the continent. So you know what? The gravy train is over. Now you can compete with the rest of the world, and you'll fail. You'll fail. And I'm sorry to say that, but it's the truth. South Africa is ineligible for AGOA, so I don't care what you think is happening in NAAMSA. Whether AGOA survives or not, it won't survive with South Africa in the party because you violated the terms. Simple as that. And you don't even realize it. It's just so stupid. They're whistling past the cemetery, completely clueless as to how the law works. Hey, your problem, not mine, but it's going to hurt a lot of South Africans. And your stupidity is really something that is sad. Perhaps South Africans should pick better industrial leaders, leaders of companies, and perhaps South Africans should pick better politicians who actually understand common sense and can read the law. Cheers, folks.